ひたすら疑わず信じるよりも理性的に疑問を抱く方がずっといい。
Hello people and welcome back to Late Review. It's just news review, but it's late and also unscripted. If you are new here, go and watch my guide video first because you probably won't know what I'm talking about. Is there anything else I usually say? Thanks for the subs and open on the patch notes, link in the description if you want to follow along. I think that's it. Not much content this week. There's the other half of the Extrinsic Detective Seal, where Madhead doesn't know how to write. Last time they made a grammatical mistake, which led to spreading misinformation. If you look at this from last week, a sneak peek at the skills of the rare characters, and they list the 3 characters. Just according to normal English grammar, these 3 characters would be rare characters. That's just not the case, apparently. I didn't check the Chinese version, but only Moriarty is the rare character, and the other rare character this week is Watson, and they actually said it right this time, which is fine. I mean, right insofar as grammar. There's one guy here, and they say rare characters. Anyway, pointing out that Madhead doesn't know English aside, which is a common thing. I just wanted to point that out because this is not merely a typo, this is just flat out wrong. Watson is the subject plot for this series. He is Earth God. He can have God, the series, and Earth members in there. Mainly his team skill. The team skill has a lot of stuff. This is a Moriarty's team skill, by the way. That's from last week. By the way, if you missed out on that, that's the other 3 characters are in last week's news video. Why Madhead split that up, don't ask me, but that's where that is. Basically, you want to end with as much runestone movement time as possible. We've seen this kind of mechanic before, and to facilitate that, he gives you a fixed board of like 4 groups. So the columns below leader and ally will be heart, and then turn the top and bottom rows into earth. So basically you have top and bottom earth, and then 3 between that on the leader and ally columns of heart, equaling 4 groups. So you don't have to spin much, essentially, is the idea anyway. But how well that works in the modern day meta is kind of sus, because he only ignores elemental shields and fixed combo shields, and that's it. So the active is going to have to do a lot of carrying here, and the active does ignore a bunch of stuff, although it's not that much. He has 2 actives, both CD6. One removes Tornado and Laser Trap. That's pretty good. Earth and Heart become protected runestones, or rather, Earth and Heart Skydrop become protected runestones. The series ignore Green-Red Vortex, which is nice. And if leader is a god or the series, remove enclosed areas, also very important, I suppose. One of the few cards that can ignore enclosed areas, although again very restrictive. For the second active, restore the board. Turn all resistors into Enchanted God and all members +2 Hyperstate. And then if there are 3 or more members and only Mysteries or Verdils members in the team, you can swap the member with the leader. So we've seen this before in the SAO collab with Kirito. Why they decided to give it like this is weird, and just gives me even more like credence to the idea that Sherlock Holmes is going to be the black gold and this series is going to tie into it, and to get the whole thing you got to spend like 350 diamonds, which is not the best thing, but it is a thing that they've been doing recently. Watson also has a CD reduction skill with Moriarty, the main jackpot, so that is that. Watson by himself is not that good. Might be a speedrun leader, you know, situationally, but just not that good in general. For the 2 real small prizes, we have Conan Doyle, a water beast, CD6. He is basically here to... I'm not quite actually sure what he's supposed to be here to do. To provide like a bunch of utility, I guess. You reduce a member's attack value to 0 and then add it to this card and the neighboring members. You do anti-poison, and then you also do non-intuitive attacks, and then you also leech, and then the effects stay in play for a bit. I'm not quite sure what this card is supposed to do, except for like be a bit of a smorgasbord of like minor effects. Typo inactivated, by the way, just to point that out. I don't know how good this is because it says reset skill CD of that member, so I'm not sure what the desired target of this is. Very weird. Next is the last card, who is Agatha, a fire human, CD6. This is basically here to ignore all Runestone Shield and charge your craft for Mysteries of Verdil's members. I mean, in a Mysteries of Verdil's team, sorry. Basically, it is not going to be used outside of that because this card was born of the wrong race again. Humans are extraordinarily powerful because of a variety of reasons. So outside of Mysteries of Verdil's, this card is not going to be used. Next up, moving on to the free cards. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's move on to the free cards. We have a Beryl, a Light God, CD6. Invisible enemies will be revealed. A fixed board of Enchanted Fire, Light and Dark. And then ignore Scorching. All runestones have the effect of Light, and Fire and Dark can be dissolved singly or in groups of 2 or more. This fits with basically how the board looks like. Okay, here we go. That's how the board looks like. So you have Light surrounded by Fire and Dark, and Fire and Dark. Basically, that matches what the skill is supposed to do. And then so you can dissolve the whole board just by activating this one skill, which is nice. The effect stays in play until 30 Fire or 30 or more Dark are dissolved. So you get basically extra sky drop of Fire and Dark. That's just free combos. And by dissolving Fire and Dark, damage will be dealt regardless of equal combo shield. I think this is a solid card. It has a lot of utility in it and a fixed board. And it's not human, so there's a real chance this could be used. It does belong to Island of Revelry again. One of the better cards after the trash that came out last week. And a challenge stage card. Also from Island of Revelry, I believe. I don't know why that's so hard to say. Improbable Joker Debiandera. This is a Dark Machina. Rather rare race to see nowadays. Or in general, rather. CD6 for the active. It is another fixed board card. You might have seen that just now. This is just 10 sets, 10 groups of runestones of all 5 attributes. Very standard, very nice. 1 round, modify the runestones touched. Okay, this is Machina Trail. The leader and ally have attack ×4, ignore initial shield, and ignore green-red vortex. And all members except leader and ally launch no attack. And if leader is a Dark Machina or an Island of Revelry member, the leader and ally ignore number attack shield, which is not number runestone shield. This is the same thing that the Indaiyu ignores. Is still good. And at the end of the round, the character is skill CD -4. I think this is a great card. Just probably the main downside you can already see, right? It's only your leader and ally can inherit the effects, and also only them can launch attacks. But even then, there's a lot of utility here. Even outside of a number attack shield. Obviously, if the leader is a Dark Machina, that'll make it great. I think to truly make this card great, you'll probably, have to put it in a Dark Machina leader team, like Vatican or something. But Vatican is unpopular. I don't know if he's good. I didn't pull for him, but he's unpopular to say the least. So that's that. We also have new extra floors like usual. Apparently the extra 2 this month is absolutely horrible in terms of like the experience, so good luck with that. Final words on stuff. Should you pull on this seal? Maybe. I wouldn't say so. If you're new, I wouldn't even say so. And if you're a veteran player or even like a mid-game player, not really. This series I don't think it's that worth it. Obviously, if Sherlock Holmes ends up being like insanely overpowered, that might change the rating. In terms of the free cards, both free cards are pretty good. You should probably farm them. And are there any celebration events? Of course there are. The returning ultimate this time is Fangtu, a pretty decent Earth Dragon. So, you can farm her if you want. And apart from that, I don't think there's anything else here. That is it. Like, comment, subscribe. All of those help the channel out. And I'll see you next video. See ya.